Now entering the atmosphere of Planet Zero. Scanning for signals. Incoming broadcast. Shift destination. CSS page turner. Begin transmission.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of The Book Club from Planet Zero. I am your host, Erik, and welcoming me back today is our guest host for today, Christian.
I'm here every day, and as I say every time you have me, it's good to be here.
It's really
again. Not a guest, co-host, co-captain of the charter.
Well, it is really convenient having a co-captain that's always here to be a guest.
Yeah. Well, okay. But we bought this ship with the intention to start this together, this planet cast.
Yeah, but who rings us in every day? The opening. You gotta catch me to it, Christian.
You gotta. Oh, that's what it is? That's why I'm the guest all the time?
Well, I mean, you didn't put in the paperwork or anything.
That opens up a dangerous. What's up with you in paperwork lately?
It's all you do. You know how businesses are. You know, podcasts. We got to
paperwork. Yeah.
You didn't put in the file proper paperwork.
Otherwise, someone's gonna try and steal your name.
Did you not see it? You want to go into that?
No. Welcome back, denizens. We are back again here to bring you
comic books.
Slightly focused conversations about comic books.
Yeah, we're honing in. We're honing in.
We aim. We're just really bad at hitting the target.
Yeah.
Like last week, we talked about reading Tom King's Vision. We didn't do that.
Yeah. No, I
you
did
read
a little
three.
bit.
You read 3 issues.
I think that's progress.
You dipped your toes in it.
You still haven't gotten the Swamp Thing.
I meant Nuke Face.
3. Nuke Face?
That's what you said last week, Christian.
My favorite Swamp Thing villain, Nuke Face.
Nuke Face. He gives that guy a bottle of radiated goop.
Yeah.
He's like, drink this. And the guy's like,
He dies.
Yeah. And Nuke Face is like, can't handle your stuff, huh?
He's just a homeless guy who's like irradiated by his
old
town.
Workplace.
Yeah, because his town just dumped toxic waste into the water, and now he's just walking around America irradiated.
Isn't that crazy that there are towns in America that people aren't allowed to live in because we just fucked up the environment so bad that it's like, hey, you can't live here. You'll have mutations.
Flint.
Yeah. Or like that town in Pennsylvania where like it's I think it's like a sulfur or like
the fire going.
It's constantly on fire underneath of it.
Dude, that
so
sucks.
People can't live there because of all the smoke and carbon.
I think I'm pretty sure, like, if I remember correctly, if we're talking about the same town, there's like still like a few people who like still live there.
Oh yeah, there are some mutant people. Pennsylvania is part of Appalachia. Like the Appalachian Mountains go into Pennsylvania. So
that's
like
scary. That means feral people are like
probably
there,
moved into
like,
that town
and mutated into sulfur people.
Yeah, and they have fire powers now. And when you fight them, they do fire damage.
Stop scaring me. I'm already scared like feral people like walking in the woods and like getting jumped.
I keep building mobs in my head in a real life video game. No, but today we are gonna go ahead and talk about some things. Keep things on track. Erik, you read the Super Skrull.
Yeah,
Annihilation.
Our next step in the Annihilation saga event.
You're continuing your trek on the Infinite Crisis, so we'll talk about that a little bit. And then you recently got, what was it, birthday presents?
Oh yeah, my Pop.
Pop got a pull.
My step grandfather. Yeah, he got me some books. I asked for one book, and he ended up giving me a bunch, and I just wanted to share with you that pile.
That's going to be a segment going forward because you said that one box came in, but there's 3 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 or 2 more.
So you brought a pile of comic books.
The first pile, yeah.
That looks like somebody just went to an estate sale and bought whatever books they had on their
just
shelf.
Went to or like a Barnes and Nobles and said like, my grandson reads comic books and I know he plays a video game or 2.
Yeah. He got you. It looks like.
Well, we'll get to it when we get.
But
to
let's
the
talk about
Super Skrull.
Super Skrull, your favorite Fantastic Four member.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
that's your dude.
I really. My history with Super Skrull is that it's because when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out, and I was expecting like a Fantastic Four character. Instead, I got Super Skrull. And again, I'm just a base level like Marvel fan. I just watched that movie once as a kid, and that shaped me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where's Mr. Fantastic? And then
Where's his sick dance moves?
I forgot somebody was all like, oh, what? We got Super Skrull, and it's like, who the fuck is a Super Skrull? Well, he has all the powers of Fantastic Four. It's like, oh, really? That was all like, all right, that's cool. It's like when a kid's like crying, like, I want a Fantastic Four figure. I want the whole set. And the mom's like, they're $25 each. I'm not going to spend $100. Here's a $35 figure of Super Skrull.
He has
literally
all the powers.
but he's not the Fantastic.
But he's no villain.
He literally has all the powers of them. Just take him. So I like it. I like that whole concept of like, here's this villain who just has all the powers of your team.
Well, because the Skrulls, so they made Super Skrull because the Skrulls kept trying to fuck with the Earth, and the Fantastic Four kept like fucking them up.
Good.
So they were like, whoa, those are the strongest beings in the universe. We have to make one guy with all of their powers.
Because they're like Earth's mightiest champions, right?
They're Marvel's first family.
Okay,
So
I thought one of them was like
Earth's that's the Avengers, and it's not mightiest.
Well, no, they're the Earth's mightiest heroes, and
Yeah.
they're the Earth's champions.
And then there's the Earth's laziest scumbags.
Oh, is that everybody else in New York, like the Defenders?
Yeah. They're not pulling their weight. No.
Oh, so let's go into Super Skrull.
Yeah, how'd you feel about getting to know your guy Clerk?
I really like this title.
Yeah,
It's
right?
the best one so far, in my opinion.
Another disgraced ex-villain of the Marvel, because like Ronan was
Yeah,
disgraced.
it was the same story as Ronan, pretty much.
Super Skrull is on some bullshit planet doing some bullshit mission because he fell from grace
Well,
because
he
he
just-
got his ass beat by the Fantastic Four so much that he got demoted.
Yeah, he's pretty much an outcast to society, but still a hero to some.
Yeah,
Kind of.
like his good friend he meets.
Oh, my God.
What's that kid's name again? But he's not a kid.
Rikin.
Rikin.
So he pretty much has the story starts with the Annihilation attacking a Skrull planet,
Yeah.
and Super Skrull makes an appearance, and you just see him do a bunch of action stuff with the powers, and he
He-
makes
the-
a good point of saying the Fantastic Four doesn't use the powers the same way as I do, which
Yeah.
is like killing,
Yeah.
and he does this really awesome thing that I don't see another stretchy person has ever done, which where like he punches through a crowd, but he misses on purpose to grab like a tree, and then he
Yeah, and
stretches
pulls
that
it
arm.
back.
Yeah, he stretches that arm so like razor thin, and then pulls it back. That's pretty cool.
He's fucking cool, dude.
That's why I like. I love stretchy characters,
Clerk-
and he made stretchy characters a little bit cooler.
Clint is fucking the guy.
Yeah, and can you imagine like a stretchy punch, but with a thing hand coming
A
at
tiny
you?
little thing hand.
Yeah,
Like,
and
he's
it's
a
on fire.
Like, there's points where he just like turns his hand into a spike and stabs people.
Oh
too.
my God, yeah.
Remember,
And then
remember when he does that?
yeah, and when he's flaming on through space, but he puts like a force field in front of him and
Yeah.
just like bodies things. He's really cool. I
Yeah.
really like him.
And he can turn his body into like the Rock type thing too, and stretch it and turn it on fire. Like you can,
That's
like
cool.
his powers aren't exclusive to one power at a time.
Oh, he also has other powers too. That which what you find out later. They kind of just drop on me. Like, how is a Super Skrull going to get out of this situation? Well, he has this power that we never told you about. Well, they probably have another story, but like for me, it was all like, oh, so he has this.
It does feel kind of out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
but then again, it's how I read comic books. It's like, okay, there's probably an explanation of this
So,
in another issue somewhere.
So Super Skrull's on a planet doing a bunch of shit. The Annihilation Wave shows up, and they bring the Harvester of Sorrows.
The Harvester of Sorrows, and it just completely destroys the planet like instantly, like, right when it lands on it. It's pretty scary.
It's and it's a living thing. It's a big bug.
it's a freaking bug.
It's a giant bug. Remember when you were like, "Are they flying around in giant bugs as their ships?" And I said, "No." I think I lied to you. I think those are.
I think this is a
That-
moment because they say like if you destroy it, it'll just like generate.
Yeah,
and if you
because
kill
it's
a bunch of crew members, like more crew people just go in there and just like take over.
Yeah,
or
it'll
that.
spawn new crew members.
Yeah,
Like,
oh my
it'll
God.
birth new crew members.
That's gross.
Since we're talking about bugs and we're talking about aliens and fighting, can we just talk about it for a minute? Just why we haven't been reading comic books and why we might be behind on some of our reading today.
What?
Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2.
Not sponsored. Shoni.
This is
Sony
brought to you by not Helldivers 2.
Not
but
Helldivers 2.
people who play Helldivers 2.
Guys, fight the automatons, dude.
Guys, stop playing that game.
Stop
all right?
fighting the bugs.
No,
There's
no.
plenty of people fighting the bugs. We need help with the robots.
And also, just stop playing the game in general because I tried to play last night
yeah,
and it was
also-
at mass capacity
also,
with the servers.
everyone log off when I want to log on, please. I will tweet about it.
I want to play.
I would like to play and fight
We were
the bugs.
We were like in a party for like 30 minutes before we got a game. But like
and that will happen today too.
But once we got into it, it was awesome because we go straight into the game.
Yeah,
that's like one of my.
There's
complaints.
no waiting. There's not like a bunch of like, okay, you gotta do your loadout. No, Eric. I was like, no, don't worry about it, Eric. You're level 1. You have nothing. Let's just go in. Let's just jump into this shit.
And fighting those fucking bugs really, it feels like the Annihilation. just add more laser beams. Like if we had the laser beams like in the automatrons with the aliens like crawling at you like that, that'll be fucking crazy as shit.
But so the Harvester of Sorrow shows up, eats the entire planet.
That's right. And Super Skrull, our boy Clert, comes in contact with a Skrull.
He flies off into space because shit's fucked. He's like, this is fucked.
This planet's already fucked.
Yeah. And at this time in the comics, the Skrull Empire is shattered, and there's a bunch of different like governors and governesses who are trying to like seize power.
Yeah, war states.
Yeah. And different factions. He flies to a faction who doesn't respect him.
Yeah, they think he's just a loser, an old fossil warrior.
And he's like, hey, Harvester of Souls. Hey, fucking Annihilation Wave. Hey, fucking, you got to get on the beam. You got to let all the Skrulls know we got to come together.
You know what? It's pretty cool because he's a villain and, like, he's getting disrespected by this lady, and then he's forced to, like, humbly ask, like, okay, if you're not going to help me, can I at least get a small force? He's like, you see this panel where he's, bowing his head?
Puts his head down on his knees. And she's like, no, fuck you. And then he murders her.
Yeah, and then he murders. Well, he doesn't murder her, but he murders a bunch of fucking people. He slammed that bitch to the ground with his stretchy arm.
Hell yeah,
I love that.
In the first issue, he even talks about, like, in his internal monologue while he's fighting the Annihilation Wave, he's like, I've been labeled many things, villain, invader, like, but what I really am is a soldier. Like, he really just goes into it of, like, I don't see myself as a villain. I just see myself as...
Everything he does is
a man with a mission. Yeah, he's like, I just have a mission, and I will do anything to complete my mission. And I think that's something that the Annihilation event does a really good job on. Is like, and Marvel in general is just like, remember that like your villain isn't a villain to themselves always, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes your villain is just someone on a path that collides with yours. And makes them an antagonist to you.
Yeah. We don't prefer the term bad guys. We prefer the term antagonist.
Yeah. But he slams her. He ditches, right? Where does he go next?
Well,
first he's trying to escape.
Yeah, he picks up Ricken. Oh no, Ricken picks him up. Like he gets surrounded by a bunch of like Skrull warships, but then this little like ship grabbed him hooked him in. It's a little Skrull guy who's all like, "My daddy fought in the war with you, and I want to fight with you."
My daddy fought in the war with you.
He's not a baby.
It was really cool. And then Super Skrull's like, "What the fuck, kid?" And then he's like, "I'm actually 47."
Hey, I'm actually a Skrull. I'm 47.
He's like a little Skrull, but like Skrulls can be all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, he's a mechanic that was on the ship, saw Super Skrull, and wanted to help him out. So that's pretty funny. Super Skrull has a little minion now, like a little like LeFou following him around.
And so the important thing about him is that he's an engineer, and in Skrull society, like warriors are the highest class of like people.
Yeah.
So him being an engineer makes him kind of like a shitty little shit
guy with a stupid little grin. You're my idol. Who are you?
You're my idol, Super Skrull. My dad died fighting with you.
So Super Skrull's like, all right, fine. I'll take you along. So what they go to next is that he needs help from Reed Richards.
Yeah.
My boy.
He goes, well, does he go to Reed Richards first, or does he meet up with the other people first?
Which other people? Because he goes straight to Reed Richards.
Yeah, that's right. Because he wants to go
to the negative
zone, which is
where the Annihilation's from.
That's Annihilation's home turf.
Yeah,
he's the only character who was like, oh shit, I know these things. I need to get to the negative zone.
Yeah, there we go.
I need to go blow up their like home turf, like try and like put them on the back foot.
One of my favorite things about stretchy comic book characters, is like, in every panel, the artist and writer has to remind you that they're stretchy.
Well, you got to remember.
They're always moving their limbs in weird ways and like stretching out their way. I remember looking at a bunch of like old like Marvel comic panels like from 70s and 80s, and Mr. Fantastic is always stretching his body out. Like he has to like look over everybody or like be in everything, and I thought that's fucking awesome.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Elongated Man does that. Super Skrull even does that when he's talking to like little. I was scrolling past the pages with he's talking to the little guy.
Yeah.
His body's always like distorted and like moving around. It's fucking awesome. I love stretchy characters.
It's just a freedom of movement, dude.
Yeah, I love it. They move like water.
Oh, like Bruce Lee.
So, Reed Richards immediately is in attack mode. He immediately sets
he's
up
in
a little
defense mode.
Yeah, look at that stand. Look at that little. Woo, he's everywhere in this panel. Mr. Richards.
Rickon is just like ah.
We might put this as the header.
That's good. That's a good one. Yeah.
But he explains to Reed Richards, and Reed Richards is a man of science. He understands facts and all that stuff. He's like, hey man, there's an annihilation wave coming. I'm gonna fuck it up. I just need a portal to the negativerse.
He basically lays out. He's like, look, dude, I know you're not worried about it, but you shouldn't be worried about me. And what you should be worried about is that if you don't help me go deal with this, you will have to worry about it later.
Yeah.
So just fucking send me on my way. Best case scenario, I'm telling you the truth. I stopped this annihilation wave. You never even have to hear about it. Your precious Earth is fine. Worst case scenario, I'm lying, and you send me into the negative zone with no way back anyways.
Well, Reed Richards did give him like schematics to build a portal
to get back out.
Yeah. At least.
He's like, here, you can do these, right?
Yeah,
Rickon,
he
you can do
can. The
this.
little guy can.
And Rickon's like, what? He's like, this is just the 7th smartest man on the planet. And Reed Richards is like, hey, come on, man.
7th?
Yeah, he's the 7th smartest person on the planet.
You got to tell me the first 6. Can you do that?
I can't. I know one of them is a 11-year-old little girl, though. And she's like number 1 or number 2.
I heard about that one.
Moon Girl?
Some of my, like, when she first got introduced, it was like a big deal for a while.
Yeah, comic fans, they hate 2 things. They hate women and they hate minorities, and she is both of those things. And also they hate kids. They hate little kid characters.
Well, I also want to say that comic book fans also hate it when you make a character and then push it real hard.
I don't think Moon Girl isn't pushed real hard. It's just that
Really? Okay.
I don't think so.
Because I remember seeing like articles and people talking about it a lot when it first happened.
That's because comic fans have this thing where they can't just ignore the comics that they don't enjoy. They can't just take it for like in stride. They have to make it a big deal that a thing that they don't like is infecting their space, and it's like, shut up, dude.
DC had a similar problem too about that, where like they introduced a new Wonder Girl called I'm gonna get this name wrong. I think it's Yara Flor, and she's like a Brazilian kind of Amazon.
Okay,
and like she wasn't really organically introduced in the Wonder Woman series. It was just all like, this was a time period in DC where like events, there she is. There's another event, there she is. Like she didn't have like breathing room to develop as a character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why people were like,
I will
on her
say
like that. But like, yeah, people would go towards like she's a female in a minority. That's people are bringing up. But it was a real thing that like, hey, you pushed her too much when she needed to organically be written in Wonder Woman.
But the thing about comic fans is like even. Like, so, like, you read it, and you're like, yeah, I can see. I'm upset because it was done kind of haphazardly, right?
Yeah, and DC was really pushing it, too.
Most comic fans will just be like, man, fuck this.
Yeah,
I don't know why this is happening. I don't know what happened to make this happen, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, when Sam Wilson became Captain America, people were all, like, angry about it, you know?
Yeah.
And I was angry about it, not because Sam Wilson was Captain America. I really didn't care about that. I was mad about it because the comic book that leads up to Cap losing his powers and having to pass on the mantle is a comic book where he's trapped in another dimension where he raises a son. He has a super soldier clone of him that he steals from a bad guy who made it to like be the anti-Captain America.
That's nice.
And he raises this little kid in this murder world and raises him to be a good man just like
American
himself.
Values.
he raises him to be a second Captain America, like basically like Steve Rogers Volume 2. And then they get out, and he like by the time they get out of the dimension, the kid is an adult. Steve is, he doesn't age because of the super soldier serum, and but they get out, and Steve has to get this virus removed from his bloodstream. But the only way to do it is to also remove the super soldier serum. So he turns into a 90-year-old man, and then they're all like, "Who's going to be Captain America? Who's going to be Captain America?" And the man that he raised is standing there, and Captain America looks over at Falcon, who in the Captain books, I maybe need to reread them, but I don't think he was doing much in the Captain America books. He might have been having his own series, but in the Captain America books, Falcon wasn't really present.
Yeah.
And he goes, Sam, you take it.
It's like, your son who never like
the guy you just raised.
He probably never met any of these people that Cap is like.
Yeah.
Or like he probably never heard of Sam Wilson or like met him before.
Yeah,
and all
and
of a sudden
Bucky-
it's like, hey, I know I was training you to be.
I
like
know
an
you're my
awesome
son, and I
guy.
love you, and that you probably want to follow in your father's footsteps.
Because I did train you on everything.
This guy talks
know.
to birds. This guy can talk to birds.
He doesn't have that jetpack with the wings on
No,
it.
he does.
He actually. Oh. Okay.
Oh no, yeah, he has like holographic gliding. It's crazy.
Wait, it's holographic wings.
They're hard light wings. I don't want to talk about it.
would've
Anyway,
been fine
Super
if it-
Skrull gets sent to the negative zone. No, I like, but just to go on record, I really do like Sam Wilson as Captain America. It's just at the time,
It should have been done better.
it just like it was crazy because it was like Bucky was in the room, Sam was in the room, and his son was in the room.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, he goes to Bucky, and Bucky's like, I already did this once. I didn't do good enough. I don't want to do it again. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, that's the reason Bucky isn't
and
getting
then
the
the son
mantle.
was all
again.
like, "Oh shit!"
Well, the
Am I
son-
next.
I
Is it
think
actually me?
the son was like, I think if I reread it, and if I remember correct, the son was like, I was designed by a monster to ruin your life. I don't think I can be trusted to take over your mantle.
Okay, that
and
makes
then
sense.
and then he's like, okay, Sam, I guess you can.
All right, Sam, you're last
can
one by default.
You can still talk to birds, right? And Sam's like, yeah, I can still.
You can only talk to bald eagles though. That's how Captain America works. Like, come on, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, you can only talk to bald. No more falcons. Only bald
Just
eagles.
bald eagles.
You're Captain America now. God damn it.
Oh man.
But so Super Skrull gets sent into the negative zone with Rickon.
Yeah, so the next issue is that Rickon is starting to realize that Super Skrull isn't the hero that he was growing up to because they invaded. Well, first we get into the negative universe.
He
and
just starts killing.
Immediately, they hijacked a ship of innocence and just threw him into space. And just
Nobody.
like,
Okay, first off, nobody's innocent in the negative zone.
No, okay, then him taking over that ship and throwing those people out is fucking.
There were bugs, right?
No, they were normal people.
Mm.
Or like they were a different alien race.
Shouldn't have been in bug territory.
Yeah, see these little fat
terrible.
guys. He's pulling these guys out of the ship, and Rickon doesn't like that. And they meet this bug general. They get information out of him. And he's like, "Please, just don't kill me." And then Super Skrull immediately kills him.
Yeah.
After he gets the information. Rickon's like, "Well, why did you do that?
He gave you what he wanted. And
He's
Super
like-
Skrull's like, yeah, he's not worth it anymore.
He's literally going to signal his superiors that we're here fucking shit up, so might as well just kill
What
him.
are you, a little idiot? What are you, never committed war crimes? You never committed war?
You
huh?
committed war crimes that
Huh?
were Skrulls.
I thought your dad was in the war.
We invented war crimes.
Thought he would have taught you
You thought
better,
the Kree
you
did that?
fucking loser.
So they okay, he's looking for a way to destroy the Harvester of Sorrow. So this guy tells him where this doctor who invented helped made this harvester is located.
He makes biological weapons too.
Yeah, he works at the apparently the Annihilation has a prison.
Yep.
And that bug guy
Which is
runs
crazy
it.
because they haven't seemed very interested in taking prisoners up
Yeah,
until
just
this
killing
point.
people.
They just kind of blow planets up.
So they just, but they take survivors of that planet.
Yeah.
And then, like apparently they
They
have a plan
Brainiac
for
it.
it. They Brainiac it. Take last surviving species, and
Yeah.
they just hold them in a cell.
That way, when people call them out for committing genocide, they can be like,
We got a guy.
we got some.
He's still, they're
They
still
still
alive.
exist in our prison.
So just to cut forward a little bit, they broke into prison. Super Skrull gets the doctor and interrogates him to make
He
him
also
work for him.
meets a crew.
Yeah, the prisoners break out and they want to fuck up the doctor, but he's all like, "No, he's gonna invent this serum that will stop the harvester." And they're like, "No way, we're gonna fight you."
They're like,
for
he
it."
tortured us, and he's like, yeah, but I need him to make a weapon.
Yeah, so the Super Skrull beat up two of the toughest prisoners. This cyborg, well, not cyborg. This is a robot.
Cyborg
lady.
babe.
Oh, not cyborg. This
My
is-
life as
This is a real
my life as a
robot.
robot babe.
and a big dude that is that multiplies if you punch him.
Freak,
Preek.
the freak.
Preek the freak.
Preek
What's
the
his name?
freak.
Oh, and the girl robot's Praxagora.
Yeah. They're very memorable characters, and they're long-lasting comic book characters. They've been around for a while. They'll show up again.
Really?
No.
Oh my god! See, I wouldn't know that.
No, not at all.
If you
It's
told
the
me
only time I've ever seen these guys, I think.
okay, if you told me these guys appeared before, that would be pretty cool.
She's like,
but
I have the power of a sun in my chest. And, like, Super Skrull's like, that's cool.
I am the sun.
I can absorb infinite heat.
So he beats up the two prisoners, and they're all like, "All right, he's the baddest dude. We have to follow him."
He's baddish. Yeah, because the Praxagoria,
It's called
she's like, oh, I'm a warrior too, and I respect a warrior.
Ah, yes.
And then Preek is like, Preek.
So they got this army, and now and little guy Rickon.
Well,
he's
he has
building-
a squad.
He's a squad, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're They're learning how to fly ships so they can like attack Annihilus, and little Rakin is making that dimensional portal to go into the Annihilus. But he's all like, I don't have enough people. You're making me work too hard. So he beats the shit out of Preek to get a bunch of people. And he's like, is that enough people? And he's like, yeah, I guess.
He's like, all right.
And it's pretty good. Also, Brax gets attracted to Super Skrull. But
Yeah.
Super Skrull's all like, I'm trying to save my son.
He's like, I have a son.
That's what also.
I'm a dad.
I
I'm a
forgot to mention
Super
that.
Skrull, terrible dad.
He wants to save the Skrull's original ancient capital where his son is at.
Yeah.
So,
Because the Harvester of Souls is on the way to destroy the planet his son's on. So he's trying to save his son,
And it's
even
an
though
ancient capital city too.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
even though he's disgraced and his wife like turned her back on him because of his falls in battle. So he's not even allowed to see his son anymore. But he wants to save his family.
He did see his son. He did sneak on the planet. There's a point where he says he sneaked on the planet and saw his son's first hunt, and that was
That
pretty
is
cool.
true. He did watch
That's
his first son.
pretty
That's the last time he saw him, though.
Yeah. So
Poor Clert, dude. He's
so
just
should we
trying to be the best dad he can be.
Let's just skip to the invasion part.
Oh,
'Cause,
when he enacts the plan, because the
Yeah.
plan is to deliver the payload.
So Rakin, the plan was the payload. Someone has to drive a suicide mission into the because they're holding the serum in there, and they have to drive it into the harvester to blow it up completely. And Rakin offers.
Rakin's like, I can do it.
Yeah.
I need to be a warrior, a proud warrior family. But to jump back real quick, remember when he gets the secrets from the general? How he does it? He puts a torture device on the general himself.
Yeah, some kind of electric spine thing that he invented. The bug
guy
invented.
It's it attaches to your spine and your brain, and any thought of betrayal sends pain into the host body.
Yeah, so he makes that serum in a day. Yeah. It's funny. Immediately, the next page is him holding up his head. Yeah, he's holding up the doctor's dead head. Like, all right, he made it now.
All right, he made it. He's dead. But yeah, so Rakin is like, I'll drive the payload into the heart of the harvester. I have to do this for my father.
And Super Skrull actually shows respect to him. He actually like, you know what, you're pretty cool, Rakin. You're gonna honor Skrulls. Because this is basically a suicide mission for Super Skrull. I don't think he expects him to get out of this alive, nor anyone else.
Been all he wants to. His last act is he wants to save his son.
Yeah, but then
the mission's going.
The mission's going.
It's going, and
but
then
Rakin doesn't show up. They made a hole. They made a
a hole for him.
Yeah, they made an entry for him to fly in,
and he never gets there.
Never gets in.
They get captured.
And guess who betrayed him? Rakin. I already had a theory that he was either going to betray him or just die a miserable death.
Yeah.
And both of them have.
Well, let's talk about it because they get tied up, right? And Super Skrull unleashes that power that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, okay. So Rakin's all like, I got my bounty. I'm just going to leave it. You were never a hero. You're just a
piece
villain.
of shit.
You're just a
you
villain.
got my dad killed in war. You killed my dad, actually.
And like Super Skrull was all like, your dad was a better Skrull than you ever. He was an honorable man. And he's like, he died in the field. That's what gives him honor.
You're supposed to do that.
You're supposed to die in battle.
Fucking idiot. Stupid little kid.
It reminds me when we were playing Helldivers and we're playing with 4 squads, and we clear out this whole evacuation area, and you guys got on. I was like, leave me. I'll hold them back. There were no enemies coming.
And we were like, Eric, come on. Get in the ship,
Eric,
dude.
Get in the ship.
You're right there. You're like, no, I'll hold them off. And then I'm like...
There's nobody there. I was literally
It's because when we play just us,
guys.
we're getting swarmed.
Yeah, but we hit all the posts. I think we hit a lot of the posts before that.
You got to hit those nests, dude.
I know, dude. That really helped
That's
out.
so important. Gotta take out the fucking Annihilation.
Oh, so anyway, Rakin's there gloating, but before Rakin could leave, Super Skrull looks him in the eye, gave him like persuasion thought, like hypnotized him.
He hypnotized him. I think he swirled. I think he used his stretchy powers to swirl his irises into a hypnotic pattern.
You know what?
Swear to God.
It's comic book bullshit like that works for me.
I think it's a combination of that and like people fuck up the Invisible Woman's powers because like what's her powers?
She turns invisible, and she makes force fields.
There you go. She can make invisible force fields.
But it's like people that don't understand it.
But she can so finely control those that like she can affect your brain chemistry by making force fields around the brain, like the molecules to like.
Wow, she's a scientist too, right?
Yeah, she can do things that unique, like that. Like when people threaten her, she's like, "You realize you'd be dead if I want you dead, right?" She's like, "If you threaten my family, I can make an air pocket in your fucking bloodstream big enough to just stop your heart, and no one would even know I did it." Like you would just drop dead. You'd be dead before you even know I was attacking you.
I swear, Marvel characters are like they're a little bit evil.
Again,
they can get a little bit.
The key difference. I've been thinking a lot about this. The key difference between Marvel and DC is that Marvel is humans. They're people. They're normal, everyday people, and DC are gods. They are
they're people too, but they're
no,
like
no.
A lot of them are regular people too, but like they're really like the concept of them like being gods. Like, they really focus on that theme.
Yeah.
Of them being like these
Marvel. It's like no, these are just people.
These are people with everyday
trying
lives.
to survive, trying to keep their family
but they're
safe.
each they're both good on their own way.
They're good. I'm just saying that like
not saying that like Marvel can do some of that theme too, and like DC can do that theme as well of like humans trying to be heroes and like or in Marvel where they're pretty much god status, but they're being humans too.
There's exceptions, like Batman and Thor. Like those are the flips, right?
Yeah,
because Thor is a god trying to be closer to a man, and Batman is a man trying to be closer to a god.
But it's awesome how like people put Batman on that pedestal because a lot of people don't a lot of people in the universe don't understand Batman that much because he's such a mysterious guy. They actually think he has superpowers.
He becomes a symbol.
Yeah, that's what these heroes are. They're pretty much symbols.
Vengeance.
Superman's hope, Batman's vengeance, and Wonder
Woman is
compassion.
violence. Oh,
well, she is the most violent one of them all. She is the most likely to kill somebody.
But so anyways,
Super Skrull hypnotizes Rakin, and Rakin just busts out a gat and starts killing all the bugs in the in that room. And then while they're trying to escape, this is the next issue, I swear. There it is.
Last issue. Because now they're trying to get out of the negative. They're trying to get off the Harvester of
Right now, all of his army's gone. He just has Prax and Preek, the Freak.
Yeah, and he creates a bunch of Freaks to help hold them off. Yeah,
dude. Oh yeah. So while
Freak's Last Stand, dude.
Freak's Last Stand.
Freak's Last Stand. That should be our cover.
That is a good cover.
Yeah. See, he just starts smashing them.
Okay, they're not at the ship yet where I'm. I think that's issue 4.
It should be issue 4.
So yeah. Oh, what happens next? Oh yeah. So Super Skrull goes on his revenge trip to get Rakin to see why he did it. Meanwhile, Prax and Preek, I guess they're going to the core.
Yeah.
To like just
to blow it up.
Because I have the power of the sun inside my body because I'm a robot.
So they go to Plan B, where they're just going to try and they're going to blow up the heart of the Harvester.
But got an army of freaks
with guns and shit. Oh, he's so cool.
So Skrull successfully catches up with what's the freak now?
Rickon. Because Rickon's trying to escape in an escape pod. He bounced out of there.
But then he shapeshifts into a monster and actually like.
He tries.
He's not against.
We also forgot to mention between the point where the plan fails and Super Skrull hypnotizes Reek, the Harvester of Stars blows up the planet that Super Skrull's son is on.
Oh my god.
You forgot that.
That is right. It happens so suddenly and so quick.
That's the end of
forgot.
issue 3. The end of issue 3 is him watching the planet his son is on explode.
That is so fucked. I did not expect that.
It's so fucked, dude.
I mean, I kind of expected it, but at the same time, they're pretty ballsy that they did it.
Dude, and then
and then this guy tries to make a deal with fucking Super Skrull, like, hey, I forgot what this deal is.
Just let me get out of here, man.
You can take the fame about like destroying this thing, and then you can be remembered as a hero. But
you can even take my bounty. But then Super Skrull just cuts off his arms and his legs, and he ties him up in the ship.
Yep, for it to explode. That's the end of Rakin.
End of Rakin.
I'm sure they'll come back again. You know how comic book characters are.
Freak's Last Stand, dude.
Freak's dead. He looks like a dead frog. He has a frog face. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, why does his face look so gross? He's
like
frog
a duck
face. Duck face.
It's got like a duck beak. So Praxa, she has the virus on her back. She's going to the main place to blow up. Super Skrull gets her.
Oh my god!
They start making out.
Yeah, Super Skrull decides because they wanted Super Skrull to go and like get vengeance for all of them, right?
Yeah.
So to survive, but Super Skrull stayed behind and went back to Prax.
She's like, no, you got to get out of here. I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna blow up with the power of 1,000 suns.
Remember that time you tried to hit on me and I just shoved you into a rock pile? Well, Now let's kiss.
He was like, I respect you for your sacrifice, and also I can absorb infinite
Oh yeah.
amounts of
Also,
heat.
I can do it instead.
No, it wasn't that. It's that she's like, I'm gonna blow up with the heat of 1,000 suns, and he's like, well, I can control all of that. Like he was like, absorb. Did you know that?
Yeah, he did mention that. I was just.
That's one of Human Torch's powers is he can absorb infinite amounts of heat.
That's good. That's cool. That's a cool power. So
Yeah.
does he? Does he survive?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, he absorbs all the heat.
Because at the very end.
Yeah,
panel,
I don't like the very last page.
It shows Prax was alive, and there's a statue.
I don't like. But did you read the top where it says plus?
Oh yeah, 73,000 days. So it is like
years later.
But it made it feel like he sacrificed himself on
I
that
don't
moment.
think this happens.
It's non-canon. It's like one
this
of those.
is like non. I don't know why this.
It's like an
isn't-
Elseworld.
It's dumb. It's
So-
like whoever
so
was
the
writing
cl-
the Super Skrull story wanted a cool little ending, but it's like you're a smaller part of a larger story. What
So
the
at
fuck are you
the
doing?
end, I was gonna say. So right now, currently, Marvel Super Skrull's not accepted by the Skrulls yet.
No, I don't. I don't get me into that. That's a whole thing. I
Oh,
don't have
okay.
time. That's
It's
a
too
whole
modern.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
gotta do a bunch of
So
research.
yeah, I kind of like this. It had a glow flow. Like the story flowed pretty well, better than that Ronin story where like every scene
He's just fighting.
it's just other people fighting.
Yeah.
like it's just every scene there's like a
It's
new
just
fight
violence
happening. But here there's an
and
actual
tits.
there's an actual goal. I mean, Ronin had a goal too, but this one had a better flow of story, better characters instead of like that weird creator and the two guys fighting all of a
Glory in the creator.
sudden. Talos
And
this other guy.
Piebox or Talos and
Yeah,
the
those
other dude.
guys who just show up, and then here I feel like Prax and Preek, they feel like okay, they
You know, Talos is the Skrull from the movies.
I don't even remember a Skrull named Talos. He's from the Marvel movie.
Yeah, he was in Captain Marvel.
Oh, he was the guy that trained Marvel.
Yeah, and he's the guy from Spider-Man Far From Home or No Way Home.
I didn't watch Far From Home.
Was that the one with Mysterio?
Yeah, I didn't watch that
Why
one.
not?
I just didn't have time.
Wow, dude, that was actually really
no,
good.
it was like the No Way Home was like No Way Home was like just out.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I watched the first one, but I didn't have time to watch the second one. And then the creature was all like, "Arr," which means like I'm gonna put on a retrospective of the second movie on before we go see the new movie.
A retrospective.
Yeah, like a YouTube video explaining what happened, so you can watch No Way
No,
Home.
you were
Sorry, that's what I
severely
did.
disservice.
I know. I do.
You were
I
so severely disservice,
I
dude.
pretty much understood the story so far.
Yeah, but you missed the Mysterio fight.
Is it a good fight?
It's such a good fight.
I want to go back and watch it.
If we didn't have creature. No. If we didn't have to go and spread managed democracy today, I'd say we could watch it. But
We got to get that democracy.
we got to
So,
give
yeah.
the bugs a taste of liberty.
So right now, Super Skrull mini, that was pretty good. I liked it.
Nice.
So far.
You are one mini away from reading the main event.
Really makes me want to read the Fantastic Four now. Like,
Super
honestly.
Silver Surfer.
Oh well. Okay.
Silver Surfer.
So.
Silver Surfer.
Oh okay.
You like the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
You like the Silver Surfer, Eric.
I personally, I think the Black Racer can beat him in a
Yo, he
racing
was on the
phase.
cover of that book that was the Unsung All-Stars of DC
Yeah,
Comics.
he
was
was
on
Black
the cover,
Racer.
dog.
Part of me wants to get that book, but
I
like
kind of want that
I know
book.
like half of them already.
I think that's a cool coffee table book for like your house.
You're right.
Like
yeah.
just to have out
I
for
like-
people to flip through. Like
Oh
I
my
think that'd be
God.
neat.
I found the Beard Hunter on that from Doom Patrol. It was like hell
Arm
yeah.
fall off boys in there.
Arm fall out, boy.
There's so many good characters. But tell me all about Infinite Crisis. Where we at? What's going on? Last
So-
time we talked, we were talking about how Ted Cord got fucking
Bodied by
our
well,
guy, and
he was-
the Omex were taken over.
Oh yeah, he was like messing up the whole superhero
Superman
community.
fucked up Batman.
And Wonder Woman just like fuck it, I'm gonna kill this guy. There's no other way to stop Maxwell Lord's control over Superman except killing. And she had the lasso of truth around him, so
Yeah.
it had to be true.
Yeah.
So after
Or he didn't know.
so during the Infinite Crisis, the first part was Countdown to Infinite Crisis. Then it was like the OMAC Project and Superman Sacrifice kind of like intertwined.
Yeah.
So now we're on Villains United, where all the villains are so scared about being lobotomized by the heroes. Well, by the hero. This is based
Oh.
off of Identity Crisis,
Okay.
where Dr. Light gets his memory back and is like, "Oh my god, I was lobotomized."
yeah.
And so he goes to Lex Luthor, and they form this thing. They form a new secret society. Except this one's just called the Society. This
Yeah,
iteration.
because come on, man, Secret Society.
not that secret
The
anymore.
SS.
and it's pretty.
Erik, the SS.
Yeah,
Come on, dude. That's on the nose.
I like it because they're evil. And guess who's part of this too?
Who?
Captain Nazi.
Yeah, because it's the SS. He got confused. He got the invitation letter to join. It said SS on it. He said, "Oh, we're back!
We're back!" And then he joins like, "This isn't fascism.
He shows up. There's a cheetah woman and a gorilla, and he's like, "This is not what I expected."
Not the superior race, but okay."
It's light skinned Lex Luthor. He's like, "No, I'm not okay with this."
So the people who are running this new society is Lex Luthor, of course.
Felix Faust.
Not Felix Faust.
Come on.
He's
I see him over there.
He's being recruited. This is a
hiding
page
it.
where they're
That's
all getting
him.
recruited.
He's a leader.
You got Lex Luthor, the Calculator, which is like an information broker for like villains. Like if you ever want like a mission
I
or,
got
like,
you.
or info, you call the Calculator.
Okay.
Kind of like the Oracle equivalent to the Justice League.
Yeah. Or the Tinkerer or the Power Broker.
Yeah.
Crime
Deathstroke.
Master.
He's the greatest assassin in DC Universe.
Wow, that's a statement. Doesn't he fuck kids?
Yeah, but, but he's still the greatest assassin.
He's still really good at killing.
I'm not saying.
Look, he was married to a 13-year-old, but yeah, he's really good at killing, and also he's got a cool ninja suit, and everyone loves him, and they put him in the Teen Titans, and no one questioned it. They did. He was, but they didn't call him Deathstroke. They call him Slade.
And they did introduce Tara in that, but they didn't really lean into the romance factor, even though that guy.
Yeah,
was
okay.
doing
So
something to her.
just I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but what I'm referencing when I say that Slade Wilson fucks kids is that when he was initially introduced in the comics, not initially, but when he was a Teen Titans villain and Tara was introduced.
Yeah, Tara was his inside.
Yeah,
person in
she was the
Teen
double
Titans.
agents, just like in the cartoon.
And it's later revealed that they were in a relationship.
He was. Yeah, they were.
There's a very controversial panel where like
she's
Tara's,
in a nightie.
Yeah, she's walking out in a very in a night.
Like one of those like sexy little
and her
nighties.
hair's all nice.
Like,
I think she wore makeup too, and it's like
it was
why?
controversial. And they like interviewed, and they were like, "Why did you draw her like this?" And the artist and the writer were like, "Oh, we wanted to drive home the fact that Slade Wilson was a piece of shit, gross person."
You didn't have to do that by drawing her like that. Yeah, you could find other ways.
No, they wanted to make sure that it wasn't implied that she was in love with him. That he's gross.
So Deathstroke, gross.
He's here.
Dr. Psycho, another gross. he's a
What do you mean?
That guy hates women.
Why does that make him gross? No,
why
does that make him gross?
I like Dr. Psycho because, like, in Wonder Woman's like rogues gallery of women, there's like a few guys, and he's like that one guy that like I hate women, and you need a villain like that if you have like a Wonder Woman character.
Yeah, he's not like I hate Wonder Woman. He
hates women in general, and because
he drops the Wonder and the A and adds an E because he hates women.
Yeah, there's a panel I showed you where he's like shooting a bunch of like famous women historical figures like with a machine gun, like a standees, and the last one's Wonder Woman. It's like, damn,
this guy hates women. What else you got in there?
Okay, so Dr. Psycho, Talia al Ghul, the leader of the League of Assassins now. And, who was the last person? Because it's 6 of them running it. Fuck. So what would I say? Lex Luthor, Calculator, Deathstroke, Psycho, Talia al Ghul, and Black Adam.
Okay.
They're the ones running the secret society. And they're going
the
society this time. You're right. They're going around recruiting all these big name villains.
And little name villains.
But the one guy, well, there's a few of them, but the one guy we're focusing on today is Catman.
Okay.
Catman. He says no, which greatly offends Dr. Psycho and Talia because they're like, you're literally like a D-list villain. Why are you saying no to our great scheme of like a society? Because they don't want like lower guys quitting on them because it makes them look bad. It's already bad enough that some big name villains are turning them down. The fact that little guys are turning them down too, it makes them look bad. So they try to, fucking kill them.
Yeah.
So Catman is completely different from from any other iteration. This is the first time we see Catman in a while. He was originally introduced in the Silver Age as a Batman villain who's just picture Batman's costume, but it's now like brown and tan coloring, and he's cat themed.
Instead of a bat or a cat on his front, it's his claw mark.
Yeah, he's pretty much was a joke villain. He even becomes a Green Arrow villain where he's in more of a joke. He's kind of like a fat slob.
Yeah.
And but now he's in the Africa.
He's in the Africa. Hell
he's in some part of Africa, living in the Sahara. He's Jack now. He has cats that follow him loyally.
He did what Batman did, where Batman fell into a bat cave. He went to the Sahara and started living with lions.
Yeah, he fell with a bunch of lions. God damn, there's flies buzzing around him too. Dr. Psycho really hates it.
Are those cut off khakis?
Yeah. And it's funny, Dr. Psycho for like the longest time just has a grudge on this guy. Like every time we go back to Dr. Psycho, he's like in a corner, like, oh, I'm gonna get Catman.
Is it because Catman's hot and women love him?
Yeah, that's literally.
Because I'm looking at those images of Catman. I'm like, they clearly made a fucking beefcake. This Kurt Cobain haircut, fucking ripped ass dude.
So the villains who don't join, they end up getting killed or like getting attacked. So now there are 6 villains who are against the society. They're called the Secret Six, another SS.
Yeah, they're like, bring the SS back.
Yeah, so
Jesus
in the Secret
Christ.
Six, it's being run by a mysterious figure called Mockingbird, who is against Lex Luthor's plans. They're pretty much like going against each other to fight the world. So in that Secret Six, you got Deadshot, Scandal Savage, who's the daughter of Vandal Savage. If you know about
Scandal Savage is hilarious as a name. Scandal Savage sounds like she should be played by a Kardashian.
Oh, she looks kind of.
She looks like I'm seeing her. She looks like a Kardashian. She should be played by a Kardashian if she ever gets adapted.
Cheshire, which is another assassin character related to the League of Assassins.
Yeah, I know about her.
Ragdoll, a Flash villain who has triple joints.
Isn't that he was in the Batman show? The Batman show.
Was he? I didn't watch
the early
that
2000s one.
I didn't watch
Yeah,
that.
that dude's terrifying.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he's scary.
This is the son of the original Ragdoll, where the lore is that Ragdoll, the original Ragdoll, was born with triple joints. The whole family has it. But this Ragdoll wasn't born with triple joints. So to be accepted by his family, he started having surgery on his body to
be accepted by his family.
Yeah, they still.
Can you imagine being born into a family where you didn't have double joints and they were like free
triple joints?
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because triple joints isn't a thing.
You got a parademon, a generic parademon that's part of their crew, and you know what they call him? Parademon. He escaped Apocalypse, and that's Ragdoll right there. He escaped Apocalypse from Granny Goodness, and he just ends up on the Secret Six. And the Fiddler, a guy who hypnotizes people with a fiddle.
So you got the Fiddler on the Secret Six, and you got the Diddler leading the new society.
Well, the Fiddler immediately. Well, we introduced with the Secret Six that they're on a mission right now.
Yeah.
And Fiddler immediately botches it.
Who is that? Is that
who?
Is that the bug guy they're fighting?
This guy? Oh, he's a Hive agent. They're infiltrating a Hive agency for some reason. We don't know yet in this part. But the Fiddler was all like, they want, okay, Fiddler, we got troops coming in. Hypnotize them. But he's like, he's playing it, and they're still coming at him. He's all like, it's not my fault. It's their helmets. They're wearing helmets.
They can't hear me.
But they eventually beat the mission. But he's all like, it wasn't me. It was their helmets. Their helmets. And then his bracelet turned red, and then Deadshot like, oh, he's gonna die. So he immediately just shoots him in the head. So they need a replacement for the Fiddler.
Why do they? Why was this? Do they have Suicide Squad stuff?
No, kind of. You later find out that the Mockingbird kind of has some stuff hold on them to keep them working for him.
Yeah.
Not like bombs or anything. Like it's different for each one.
Okay.
Like Deadshot, obviously his daughter. That's the quickest thing to keep him in line. Ragdoll, he needs a special medicine that keeps his body from like fucking
deteriorating.
So he and also. Mockingbird is also
Scandal. They have a video of someone hitting it from the back, and they're gonna post it on Twitter. If she
more like decimating her whole countryside, but
whoa! And with that porn video.
Oh yeah, and Parademon's is hiding from Granny Goodness. And,
like we're just gonna tell you
we're gonna tell Granny Goodness
your grandma on you. No, please.
Oh, no, I don't want to go back. So they killed the Fiddler because he's useless, and that's when they get the Catman involved. Catman's part of the Secret Six, and the reason Catman joins is because Deathstroke killed his cats. That's what it was.
Oh, so not only does he fuck kids, but he hurts little kittens?
Exactly, man. So Catman's pissed off.
Why do people like Deathstroke so much? First off, if you're listening to this and you like Deathstroke, get a job. Get a job, read a comic book. Learn something.
Yeah, it's because people watch the Teen Titans show and then they see like him in video games.
Slade's so cool, he's so badass.
Yeah, he's like a ninja.
Oh, he's so cool, he's so badass.
He could be a badass, but then
you think that, and so do 14-year-old girls, and that's the problem.
Fucking sad.
No.
Where was I going with this? Well, there's a lot
Catman
of
joins up the Secret Six.
Catman joins the Secret Six, and the Mockingbird each promises them a continent to own after they beat Lex Luthor.
Ooh, but
So-
aren't there 7?
Antarctica?
Yeah.
Who wants to rule that place?
Mr. Freeze.
I was thinking they're going to give Parademon that at
Captain
first.
Cold.
Well, not any longer if the ice caps keep going the way they're going.
No, if Captain Cold was up there, he could fix it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, they could all help. Dude, if all the super ice theme villains just went up there, there probably wouldn't be global warming. But Catman's pretty much like the Batman of the group, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't get along with them at first, especially like Deadshot. But he earns their respect because even though he's like Batman, he's still a villain. He still fights to kill. He's still but he's also like Batman. People don't get that he's a team player. He looks out for his teammates, and that's what Catman does, and that's what earns them their respect. First mission they go on.
What do they do?
They get attacked by the Secret Society. Look at all these villains. The Society.
Well, no, it's the Secret Society because there's Captain Nazi. Just
there's Captain Nazi
throwing
right there.
out a Zeke Isle.
Throw it out of Zeke Isle.
Why
would any of these?
I like the idea that someone in this photo is like, yeah, what the? Is he fucking?
Yeah, exactly. Some of these villains like, what the fuck?
Yo, is he fucking throwing
Why
out
do
a
we-
Zeke Isle right now?
Why did we invite this guy?
Who
So
the fuck recruited this guy?
So we get this awesome arc where they end up all captured by the Society. Look at them all chained up. And they get tortured, man. It's fucked up. They get this collar around them that's like connected to that vein. That really important
the
vein.
juggler.
Yeah, but something where like if you try to escape,
the Yarlberl.
it will break that vein and give you the most slow, painful death ever. And they also inject these chemicals into them to enhance pain sensories.
Damn.
Also, they get all thrown into a cell. They all get an hour of torture each, and it's like a rotation thing.
Yeah.
Okay, like you get 5 hours of sleep, right? But you hear all the screaming going on from the other room. And they injected another chemical to where if you do sleep, you get nightmares, like your worst nightmares. So these guys are all getting fucked up. And I don't think they said it. They don't imply, but I do think the crime doctor, that's what he is. He's the one doing it. I think he's sexually assaulting Cheshire and Scandal because it seems really, gets really brutal.
This is what happens when you put Deathstroke on your fucking committee. You get creeps.
Yeah, but the only person who's not affected by this torture is Parademon. He's literally laughing because that's
his life. Dude.
Every soldier of Apocalypse has to be tortured.
He's like,
by
this is
Granny
kind of
Goodness.
cool. This is kind of like home.
He's literally yelling, "Thank you, Granny. May I have another?" And like the crime doctor is like, "What the fuck, man?
This guy's a freak."
I want to skip to the next guy already." And look at all the villains are now playing fucking Metropolis Monopoly in the other room.
Metropoly
And fucking
is
Count.
that the top?
Huh? That's Weather Wizard.
Oh,
And fucking Count Vertigo, who's like a fucking
I know about
European.
Count Vertigo.
The Europeans are like, this game must have bred a million little capitalists. How much is to buy Suicide Slum? That's a neighborhood in Metropolis.
That's funny as shit.
Oh man, but they're just hearing this torturing as they're casually playing a board game. What's up?
Suicide Slum is what I call Chesapeake. Sorry. It's Chesapeake, Virginia for listeners not local.
But this was like a moment where like the Secret Six really has like a camaraderie part because they're all dying.
They're all getting fucked up.
They're all like having a bad time. They're all like confessing, some things about their lives.
He's
And
like,
Catman,
I put 3 joints in my penis.
but
They're like, Ragdoll, shut up.
I can't really explain how exactly they broke out something about like charging up their collar with electricity from this thing or whatever. But they short circuit the collar during Catman's torture routine, and he just fucks up Crime Doctor, and Crime Doctor's like, "Please don't."
Oh, with
fuck
the
me."
steel chair?
Oh my god! Wait, hold on. What is this thing?
Oh, that's a
funny.
card.
Catman says, "Funny thing, huh? Turning some. Wait, where is it? Doctor. Interesting thing about the scalpel. It was originally meant as a medical implement. As he's stabbing the nurse.
Jesus.
Then he says, "Funny thing, huh? Turning something meant to help." Into something that meant to hurt, and he grabs a fucking tray and he says, "Of course, the same thing could be said about this metal tray stand." He just bashes the shit out of Crime Doctor with it.
You have knives. You have access to knives.
Yeah, and then as Crime Doctor is screaming, the heroes still play Monopoly are all like, "God damn, those screamings keep getting fucked and fucking
because
terrible."
this is the torture area.
Oh my god, and Captain Nazi charges at Catman and stabs his eyes with needles. Hell yeah,
dude. He deserves that.
Good, and those are the needles that enhances his pain too. So it's really fucking him up. So he busts his Secret Six out, and they immediately have like respect for this man.
Yeah.
Cheshire wants to fuck this dude. Deadshot usually doesn't like people, so he's all like, "All right, man, I guess I really owe you one." So they break out of it. It's fucking cool. Cheshire's like, "I'm gonna fuck you later," and what does,
I'm gonna get some. She's gonna get some of that pussy, dude.
yeah, they beat the shit out of the villains. And what does my boy say?
She's gonna get some of that pussy, dude.
Deadshot says, "The rest of you, tell Luthor, tell Psycho and Black Adam, tell the Calculator, Deathstroke, and that Al Ghul chick. Tell them they're already dead. They just haven't fallen down yet." And look at that cool pose. I like team poses.
Yeah, Cheshire's gonna get some of that pussy, dude.
Oh man, but it's a whole lot of shit happens too. They're planting bombs in these people's in the society leaders' home places.
Good.
To blow them up. So it's a big war between villains right now.
Nice. Not very villains united, huh?
Yeah, Lex Luthor is getting pissed off because now they're recruiting like very like bottom of the tier fucking
What do we got here?
villains. We got the
Whoa, is that Fat Chance?
no. Talia Ghul's all like, "Oh, we have the Jongleair, Split Shot, Lagomorph, Hindenburg, and Tremor." And
Hindenburg
Lex
is the big
Luthor's-
blimp man, isn't he?
Yeah, and
Does he explode? What is?
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure this guy was invented for this one little joke scene.
Have you read far enough to know if that Cheshire gets some of that pussy?
He does. She does. And what happens is they fuck. Yeah, let's high five that.
All right.
But she betrays the group. But like they had sex, right? And like the villains are homing in on their base, right?
Yeah.
And she's all like, "Catman, are you really gonna let them kill me? The person's holding your child." Because that was the whole purpose of Cheshire wanting to fuck Catman, not because he thinks he's cool, but
Because the Brother of Assassins are obsessed with genes.
Yeah, because he's like an alpha male thing.
Yeah.
And she was talking the whole thing like, "Oh, there's no males left in this world," until Catman did his little thing. And Cheshire gets some puss. I mean, get some dick.
Nice.
Gets a baby.
Get some pussy.
And pretty much Catman, even though he's fucking sad that he got betrayed, was all like, "Deadshot, if you fucking kill that woman, I'm gonna fucking rip your fucking jugular out." And Deadshot's all like, "Damn, I do owe you. So fucking get out of here, woman. If I see you again, I'll kill you." And funny thing about Cheshire in that is that shit. Where is that scene? Oh, look, there's Mala. They leave. She walks out, expecting like to join in with the society, and Deadshot immediately fucks her up, like shoots her with a sniper. Where is that scene?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Right there. See, she steps out of it like, "I'm coming out." Deathstroke. Yeah. What did I say? Deadshot.
Yeah.
Okay. Deathstroke just snipes her and supposedly kills her. Who knows? Deadshot. Lex Luthor did say if she's still alive, bring her back, kind of thing. So implying that she could still be alive. And they do this whole. Oh yeah, here's another thing I want to talk about. There's a character in the DC universe called the Pariah. And the thing is about this character is that he only shows up when the universe is about to get fucked. So when he shows up in a panel, you're like, "Oh shit, what the fuck's going on?" Lex Luthor
He shows
found
up
him.
when there's going to be a crisis, which is usually something that destroys the universe and recreates it.
Yeah, so Lex Luthor has Pariah all hooked up to these machines, all fucked up, torturing him and shit to find out what the fuck happened. And, I'm just going to spoil it for y'all right now. The twist at the end is that there's two Luthors. One from another universe who's controlling the society, and the base universe Luthor who's controlling Secret Six. They're having a little fight with each other. I don't know what this is going to lead up to because I'm still halfway through the book. But got two Luthors fighting each other.
LLLL. 4 L's.
And pretty much...
4 L's? Jor-El? Lex Luthor is Superman's dad? No, I'm sorry.
He kind of fucking...
I'm fucking dumb.
Superman kind of in the latest Superman thing, when Lex gave him his company and made the whole thing kind of like, I'm gonna make it so Superman's comfortable. He builds like a Jor-El hologram, but like it looks like Lex.
That's
so it pisses Superman
So I was right.
off.
Jor-El is his dad.
So they call back their forces because Vandal Savage almost kills Lex Luthor. It's like, "Hey, that's my daughter. Call him back." But there's also like other plans being involved. I can't really go into it right now. We'll be here all day. But pretty much, Catman was also informant. He was sending like letters to Green Arrow, telling them like what happened and stuff. But Yeah, but Green Arrow gives us punches of Catman punches Green Arrow in the face because of the whole lobotomy thing. Like, hey, this wouldn't have happened if you guys stuck to being good guys.
Oh shit! Call them on it.
Yeah, and Deadshot's even. Oh yeah, well, also another twist. Deadshot actually killed the cats because there was like a single bullet to each one, and I smoked cigarettes. Cheshire, I just had sex with Cheshire. She told me Deathstroke doesn't smoke cigarettes, and you smoke cigarettes all the time. And he kind of like, yeah, that wasn't real. But they're still cool now. Now Deadshot and Catman are like Deadshot's following Catman. Catman's pretty much running the Secret Six now, and that's pretty much how the story ends. I'm missing out a lot of detail because there's a lot of betrayal and espionage stuff going on and stuff. But I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
good little civil war between villains.
Time to wrap. You ready to wrap up this podcast with Pop Pop?
Our last segment of the
We're going over real quick what you brought today because this is just such a smorgasbord of books.
Yeah, so I got a Pop.
I got a Pop. Lucky, all of mine are dead.
Oh, yeah, he is my last one. So pretty much this guy likes to kind of splurge on his family members because why not? And I told him I read comic books. I say, if you're gonna go all out on me, can you just buy me this one book? It's like $150 DC omnibus book. And he ended up giving me more comic books.
Yeah.
Which, thank you, Pop Pop. I really appreciate the effort. I really appreciate the sentiment.
Shout out Eric's Pop Pop if you're listening. If you made it past us making fun of a pedophile comic book character and you got to this point, shout out you, buddy.
So
you
it's
got
like
a stomach.
This is what he got me. He got me a Dark Souls. The complete collection. I don't even play Dark Souls.
Looks like they did Dark Souls comic book, The Witcher comic book, which I knew about that. And then what is this?
It's called Lady Mechanica.
Lady Mechanica.
It's a steampunk thing. I told him a couple of years ago that that I kind of liked steampunk aesthetic.
Yeah.
So he's been getting me steampunk inspired gifts.
You haven't updated that information in his head?
What? That I don't. Well, I do like steampunk, but
nerd.
I'm not
fucking dork.
Whatever,
No,
man. Bioshock Infinite was awesome.
Bioshock Infinite was cool.
And so I can't say no to that. But
are you gonna read Mechanica, Lady Mechanica?
Yeah, to be honest, I bought this book a while. Fun story. I bought this book a long time ago when I saw it at a store.
Uh-huh.
And I was planning on reading it, but it became one of those back books. And so when I was selling a bunch of books, that was one of the books that was one of the books
that
to
came
go.
back to you, dude.
It came back to me, so now I have to read it. So
I was just flipping through this Dark Souls complete collection, and this actually kind of looks sick. Creature,
Creature. This reminds me of home.
This book actually looks kind of sick.
It's good art. Too bad I don't know any Dark Souls lore.
There is no lore. This would be if you read this, you'd probably have the most lore of anyone in the room. And the Witcher book, my brother, I bought a copy of the Witcher comic for him, I think, one year. He brought, I put it in his pull for him to buy. But I do want to talk about this, because this is just in here, and I really appreciate him putting this in here.
Oh, my God, yeah. So this is the one that he didn't buy. This is the one from his actual book collection.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
The dog, what's it called?
It's A Dog's Life, Charlie Brown, a new Peanuts book.
And I do want to get books with comic strip collection books, so this was pretty good.
I used to be excited about the Sunday paper as a kid. I'm not even fucking kidding.
Garfield and the Peanuts.
The Peanuts. I like Dilbert a lot.
I like the art.
How would I get that? I didn't
either.
Understand it, but I was loving it
because I just liked his design.
And then I was always interested in the spooky ones, the scary ones. Remember the vignettes?
I try to stay away from those, but I do remember those.
Those are interesting. I didn't like them. I was just like, this is weird that this is a way that people get comic books, because by that point I think I was actually reading comics too. I was
back in my day,
comics off of the magazine stand.
I just had One Piece and the Sunday papers. Other books too, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I really appreciate this Peanuts book. Peanuts has always been a nostalgic favorite of mine, just of its time. But it's my Nana's favorite. She loves the Peanuts. Little Peanuts. Yeah, so that's a great little...
Shout out Nana, if you listen. Please
shout
don't.
Out to Nana. Shout out to Pop Pop. Maybe you guys can get together.
Whoa, is he single?
Yeah.
Whoa. No, my Nana, I don't think my Nana's interested in dating. She had a friend that she golfs with, and I heard that he gave her a hug at the end of one of her golf games, and for 2 weeks, my Nana was like, I need to talk to Fred about that. That can't happen.
Oh my god.
That made me uncomfortable. And I was like, damn, Nana. Nana cold. Nana, no contact.
He's just being friendly now.
Literally, you guys are old.
You guys play golf together. I'd hug my golf buddies all the time.
Yeah, dude. We all hug at the end of this podcast, which, speaking of which, we're overdue for a hug. So, denizens, thanks for spending some time with us.
Yeah, thank you for hearing us rant about comic books.
Next week, I'm pretty sure you'll get through Silver Surfer pretty quick.
Yeah, I can't promise anything on Vision because
No, that's okay.
I've been working extra hours over at the Planet Zero mines.
Well, we've also been diving into hell to spread managed democracy and liberty.
Got to do that.
Yep, freedom and the such.
I really like how every time you complete a mission, you see the score of like how
the
much
impact you have.
Yeah, how much impact you have on the war.
On that war front.
It's like
0.0002%.
Yeah, blue bar and a red bar, and that red bar is really huge.
I'm actually really excited, Eric, because I actually did a challenging mission after you went to bed last night. Like after you got off, I was like, I'll do one.
I would have fucking did that with you.
I went challenging, and then I went and did one hard one, and I did it with like randoms, but like we can do hard. I think we can do hard and challenging.
I think
where we're at right now with the equipment we have, we can do it.
I just
and we get the creature a ship of their own. We'll be on there.
Yeah,
maybe we should start like streaming on Twitch too. Let us know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Reach out to us. Go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon if you're really enjoying the content.
Yeah, leave comments so we know what kind of comic books. You leave your comic books in the comments. So we'll talk about them maybe.
What if we? No, we'll talk about it off the podcast. But follow us on Instagram. Share the podcast with your friend. Rate it on Spotify.
Facebook too, if you have.
Follow us on YouTube. Planet Zero Productions, the Planet Zero Productions.
Yeah, the
original Planet Zero Productions, the first Planet Zero Productions. If you Google Planet Zero Productions, it's us. It's our YouTube page.
Nobody's there.
It's our podcast. And then right beneath that, there is a website which none of its links actually work for a recording studio. That's not us. Don't know who they are. But they're not as old as us. They haven't been around as long as us.
We've been around way longer.
And we're going to be around way longer than them. So support the Patreon. It helps us out. It keeps the lights on. It keeps us running. It helps us venture out into new projects. There will be a TikTok account coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. And stay safe out there, denizens.
Yeah, good night.
SS Page Turner signing off.
Pressing the self-destruct button.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!